Right guys, the Mk2 is finally back. I've been away for some time, I've done very little this year. We got another car in the mix, what was supposed to be ready for the start of this year. So anyway, this one was about due a freshen up. So we took it off the road for a while. I stripped it all down to a rolling show really, and sent it down to Wales. Nice lad, Gwynedd at GE Paintworks. Bless him, it only went down for a bottom half paint job. There's a few stone chips, as you can imagine, when they're on the gravel. They don't half take a bit of a beating, so it went down for a bottom half, and just to freshen it up externally really. And then it sort of spiraled a little bit to a full bare shell, sandblast, repaint. I've had, if you come around this side, I'll show you. I'll just talk you through basically what I've had done since, don't know when my last event was. Malton Forest Rally last year, I think. And it's been a while, it has been a while. And engine, I'll put some Onboard on actually. The engine light came on and anyway, wound up spinning a shell, but that's another story. We'll get onto that in a minute. So it only originally went down from the swage line down. It was supposed to just go for a bottom half to freshen it up, come back and put some fresh stickers on it and change it about. Anyway, it sort of spiraled out of control a little bit, and I'll send you some of the photos and bits and pieces of the progress of the work. And we've had all sorts done. So we've had the main problem which I was facing originally with the car is, if you won't quite see from here, but the inner wheel arch tubs here that were placed on the car wrong, they were too low. So although I had a reasonable amount of suspension travel, you're limited because it's a solid rear axle on these. I kept bottoming out, so if you hit any big jumps or compressions, tyre would go up, touch the arch, and it'd make it all wiggly. So anyway, we've moved the, we've had new tubs in, turrets as well, because they were in the sort of wrong location. So it's had rear tubs, rear turrets. The car, you got to be careful with regulations and bits and pieces with the historic cars like this. You're not allowed to start cutting and shutting basically, so you can't cut in, exhaust tunneling and bits and pieces like that. There's sort of general specifications how the works cars were built. You've obviously got to abide by the rules, but you are allowed to, as long as you're not cutting and welding, you are allowed. The works cars used to heat up the exhaust tunnel and bray it out with a hammer just to keep everything up and out the way a little bit more. So anyway, Gwynedd's made a lovely job of that, nicely heated it up, brayed it all out, fully sandblasted underneath, Raptor coated, so hopefully that'll keep it protected for a little while, although it doesn't last long. So yeah, general sort of repaint. It then came back, well, all whilst this was going on, the engine, look at this, this isn't my best bit. Engine's been down to John Dell Race Engines, who's done a fabulous job and surprised me with this cam cover. Look at that, look. Matching green, Mathewsons Motorsport, lovely touch. He didn't tell me he was doing that, he surprised me with that. And because obviously on the last, was it the last event, we were just rolling over the finish line, and we were maybe, you'll see it on the Onboard, 100 yards away from the finish, and the light was sort of flickering, and anyway, I thought, well, that close, I just rolled it over the finish and turned it off straight away. But anyway, unfortunately, engine spun a shell. I think it spun 2 shells. So anyway, that was the end of that. But
100. Oh no, what's up? 2 right. 100. Long 4 right, you're here, you're at the finish now. Long 4 right, tightens. Long 4 right, tightens. Tightens. And 6 left, and that is you. Car today.
Luckily, a friend of mine, I think Josh was co-driving, Josh who works with us was co-driving in Matthew Stroud's car, and he towed me back to the finish, so I managed to get the result. It was coughing and spluttering all day, messing about. So anyway, and John Dell approached us and said, bring it down and then he'll sort of look after us really and go over it for us. So engine's been down and been fully rebuilt from John Dell, new exhausts, carbs have all been redone, you name it. We've moved the oil tank into the front. Used to be in the back, but then you're running oil lines through the car and bits and pieces, so we've had a new oil system put in, modified the rad and bits and pieces, and been fairly busy to be fair. So it sort of spiraled from a bottom half and a freshen up to a full car really. So engine came back, put the gearbox and everything back in, and then it went across to Gemma at Big Boolies to get it looking pretty. So Gemma's sticking it all up for me, bless her. She squeezed it in, and we had a few late nights on it a couple of weeks ago, and put the livery on, which I need to also thank Mark at Livery Race Graphics for helping and coming up with the design. I think it looks the business. So yeah, Mark did that for me. Then went to Gemma's, fresh stickers, looks the part, and here it sits really. So went on a test day down in Wales the other day, just as a bit of a, you know, see if there was any teething problems, which there was a few actually. So there's a few bits to address before I hit the stages again. But no, went well. So I'm impressed with it. Yeah, it's taken a bit of time, like, and longer than we'd expected. But hopefully, obviously Max has been about as well. He came on the scene. He's nearly 5 months now, so obviously that takes a bit of a toll on your free time, so and work and everything. So I haven't been out really. So hopefully in the next few months, I'll say a few months. I'd like to think the next month or so we'll try and get out again. But no, I'm over the moon with it. We'll take it for a spin down the road, and you can hear it. That's the best bit. So all inside's been painted. All the floor and everything as well, look, all nice job inside. Got some new seat rails for the homologation. They were square before, the tubular now, and just a general sort of tidy up really. So no, she's looking the business. I can't wait to get back out again, to be fair. I've forgotten what each pedal does. I can't remember. I'll be useless when I'm next back out. But no, freshened it all up inside. So no, it looks loads better. Let's let that fuel pump tick over. Because the engine's dry sumped, you know, a normal wet sump engine obviously brings up, well, it does bring up oil pressure straight away, but you just got to let the car get to temperature before you rev it. So I just let it warm up. But yeah, over the moon. Pete from Malton, Pete Fidel, he helped me set all the geometry up the other day, so we got everything about right now. Axle's straight in the car, so it's all about set up, although I have got another back axle to go in it actually. But no, I'm over the moon with it. Can't wait to get back out on the stages again. It was good going for the test in Wales the other day. We were just there for a morning down at Phil Price's, and no, the car was going well, a lot better than before. Power delivery comes in a little bit earlier and pulls through a little bit better. Engine is generally running cleaner, so yeah, we're not doing too bad. A few bits and ratios I need to change in the gearbox. I'm only a 4-speed in this, you see. Most lads are ZF, so they've got a little bit of an advantage just being able to go down to that first gear for tighter stuff, hairpins and squares, where this you have to sort of play with the clutch a little bit just to keep momentum up and revs up. But no, I'm over the moon with it. Super impressed. Yeah, just let it warm up and we'll go for a spin down the road, eh? Groovy.
Sorry to interrupt you from the Ferrari, but can I just say thank you ever so much for the support that we receive through social media. It does mean a lot, and it's really nice to see that 99% of it is positive with what we do, so we really do appreciate it. So on that note, can I just ask you to like the videos and subscribe to the channel? It's all free. It just really does help with our platform as far as the social media goes. And yeah, just thank you ever so much for your support. So we'll see you on auction day, hopefully. See you later.
Away we go, look. You just got to let these get hot, you see, with it being dry sumped. Yeah. Got to let them get to temperature, get everything moving. I'll tell you what though, there's nothing, I haven't done anything what beats going through a forest at 10,000 revs sideways in a Mk2. It's mint. You never get the same experience on the road. Oh, that just does things. That's nothing. I bet. Yeah, you wait till you get. Puts a smile on your face. Yeah, the sound of a BD on Weathers. Oh. Yeah, no, it's those funny noises in a rally car.
Won't become immune to that, do you?
Yeah, it's never the same on tarmac. As soon as you get into a forest and you're slipping and sliding, oh, different altogether.
I guess it's set up for that as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, all the suspensions set and been revalved, all for gravel. Just as you can imagine, obviously, can get quite rough in places and whatnot. So you want suspension. There's a fine line between, but you can be too soft on the suspension as well. There's a lot of, I don't know what the right word is, but anyway, there's a lot of thought behind it all. It takes a fair bit of working out. Are you holding on? Brakes are a bit cold, I haven't touched them yet, but when you're getting warmed up through the forest, so you got a brake bias down here on this side, so you can obviously, they love it, don't they, that? So you can change it front and rear brake bias, so you can play about with it in the stages.
Oh, yeah, so you can like pin the nose in a bit more if you do.
Yeah, just to help, if things aren't turning in, you can left foot a little. If you turn the bias to the front, you can sort of play with the brake on your left foot as you're on the accelerator, just to keep the weight down, to keep the vehicle turning in. Or like
what you're doing that like throughout a rally, maybe like just sort of tweaking that as you're going.
All the time, yeah. I mean, some lads are really gifted. I'm not by no means really good at left foot braking, but it's more just experience really, and the more before you know it, you're naturally pressing it anyway without thinking, just to help the car. So the thing is, to try and get the suspension nice and soft, you want the car to dive forward as you're braking, obviously to put the weight on the front wheels to turn in. So where sometimes if you have too much, all it does is lock the front in and it sort of counteracts what you're wanting to do. So you can then obviously put it on the rear, which is almost like nipping the handbrake coming into a corner. So if things are tight and twisty, sometimes I turn it back a little bit. So rather than keep having to use the handbrake, the car on the gravel will naturally sort of go a bit loose, so you can throw it about where you want and turn the car in. So I keep mine's probably sort of like 50-50, 60-40 front mainly, just because it's a lot better at obviously slowing down and braking with a bit more front bias. But yeah, if things are a bit twisty on the car, you're braking really hard but the back end isn't going quite as loose as you want it to do, just turn it back a little bit and it just loosens the back end up, so you can sort of pivot and move the car on the braking to get lined up for the corner.
Yeah, I never knew you could do that.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of bits and pieces.
Yeah, stuff I was never even think of.
No, you don't, do you? Too bad, isn't it?
I'm expecting to get beaten up a bit.
So when you get it on the gravel and you're going through the forest, it's a different experience. Yeah.
I'll have to come down and film like a full thing.
We're doing, that's the point, we'll have to make a video on it. I won't let slip what car it is yet because it'll be a good video, but obviously there's another car in the mix, and in a couple of weeks' time we're going down to Sweet Lamb in Wales with a few other people. Palo Diana, who is quite a well-known driver over in Italy, is coming over, and we're doing a test day with this new car. And some people might know what car it is by speaking of Palo Diana. But yeah, it'd be good to try and come along and catch all that. That'll be a good day, that. Whenever I go for a drive before an event, it's more just to check, like, you know, oil pressure's there, car's not overheated, there's no funny noises, you know, it's handling about right, set the brake bias up, little bits and pieces like that, just to run out any teething problems, check there's no leaks anywhere. So usually before an event, like the week before an event, I come backwards and forwards to working it, and if anything's going to break or go wrong or stop working, then hopefully, yeah, like the other day when we went down to Wales, I thought the car was all set up and fine. We had a couple of little oil leaks, starter motor stopped working, car was getting hot, gearbox was leaking, so you're like, so you thought you're about right. So if I had gone and done an event, then I'd have had a bit of drama, like. So it does pay off to have a test day. Certainly when the car just came back and all been rebuilt, there's bound to be a few bits what you've missed. So yeah, I was a bit sceptical how I'd get on at the test day the other day, because again, you know, it's like anything, you know, you stop playing golf or whatever, football or anything like that for a while. It takes a little bit to get back into it, but to be fair, I a couple of laps around and that, and just got used to the car again. And there were, you know, there's a lot of changes what have been made, so it was getting used to that. And you soon sort of got back into it. So no, I'm looking forward to getting out again. So it'll be good. Quite impressed with the engine. That's the main thing, predominantly what's been changed. So engine is pulling a lot better and it runs a lot cleaner. I still need to sort out ratios in the gearbox, they're not quite right. When you're among it and you're going quite well and you're picking up your pace, then you're all right. You can really use the revs and the gears come into their own. But on the slower, tighter hairpins, squares, bits and pieces like that, my first gear is like the equivalent to like a second in a ZF gearbox, which is a 5-speed. So a little bit of a disadvantage there, but what can you do? Without taking all the tunnel out again and messing about, and the gearboxes are expensive. So yeah, Granda's got a ZF, yeah, and the tight gear won't let me have it. He's only had it about 40 odd years. It was brand new ZF, came with a Aston Martin or Maserati back in the day. This car came, I think it was an Aston Martin, came with a spare, he bought it with a spare gearbox, ZF, 5-speed. And it's been in the box on this shelf ever since. And I said to him the other week, I said, that ZF, Grandad, I said, it can go well in that Escort. Started backtracking. It might come in handy that one day. Been on the shelf for 40 years. When's he going to use it? So anyway, looks like I'm not getting a ZF, yeah. So
keep an eye on it then.
I'll keep an eye on it, alright. Yeah, it might come in handy. Well, I thought that came in handy for the last 45 years, so I think it'd be alright if I used it. They're worth some money now. They're worth some money them now. So no, that's why I'm asking you for it. There you have it. Well, there you go. Got a little bit of experience of that, haven't you? Obviously, it's, like I say, it's never the same as actually going out on a gravel stage, going down the road. But we'll try and do a future video of a bit of onboard and bits and pieces, and we'll put some footage in from a couple of last events. I had a bit of an off on one. That'd be quite a funny one to watch, and obviously the oil pressure and bits and pieces. So we'll add in a few clips. But anyway, there's the Escort. She's finally back, nearly ready to get the stages. So I hope you like watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Continues for 150 into very long right, 4 right, 40. Oh, 4 right, 4 right, 4 right. Okay, caution, long 4 left minus over here. Sorry, well done. Crest 100, crest into 4 left loose, into 4 left loose, repeat into 5 right, don't cut. Opens to long 6 and 4 right plus, don't cut. It's slowing, turns square left, neat at the trees, be slippy, be neat, must be neat, ditches. 80 going up, turn 2 right, be neat, 280, 4 right plus, repeat 4 right plus, 80, 5 right, 60 slippy, 6 right in on crest, 60 slippy, 5 left minus in over bump. And this is a minus in over bump 5, and 6 right in, 100, stay left into hairpin right, and a very long 4 left, opens 130 to an uphill, 2 right in, rough, 40, long, 4 left, tightens to turn, 3 left, minus, in, goes tightens to 3, and a flat crest, 5 left plus, 80, 5 left plus, into flat crest, 100, 5 right in, into 4 right in, 100 after the 5 left, to a 5 right in, only 60, danger crest, into 3 left slippy, watch here, 40, 5 right, 40, crest, into 5 left, into slow crest, and very late hairpin right, must keep in on this one, keep in, keep in, keep in, keep in, get in, that's it, well done, 40, long, fast, 3 left, and crest into flat 5 left, 200, well done boy.
4,600 £. Thank you. That you will.